Okay, so my name is Alex Reedy and my partner is Juliana Smith, and we're both students at Delaware Tech Community College. For our topic for this project, we chose to research burnout in our respective fields. So Juliana investigated burnout in radiography by surveying radiographers and medical staff, and I investigated burnout in the field of education by surveying teachers and other education professionals. So for our research plan for this project, what the two of us decided to do was use a survey for our primary research. So we surveyed over 30 people from both fields. What Juliana did was she surveyed 15 people in the medical field, which included radiographers, and she did this by sending out a poll on Facebook, I believe, and got fit at least 15 people that are in the medical field to answer it. And I surveyed 15 people in the field of education, and what I did by this was I sent out emails to teachers at teachers and education professionals in at Delaware Tech and even from my high school. So we constructed a 13 question survey using Google Forms, and this provided us with this allowed us to just send the survey out to people, and they could fill out it was a like a meter of agreement, so they could choose to answer the questions with either strongly agree, disagree, or strongly disagree. And what this Google form allowed us to do was to allow it to put all of the data together in graphs, which you'll see later on in the presentation. So it made it a lot easier in that sense. Our group, we held two meetings over Facebook Messenger over video chat, and each of us led one meeting. Juliana led the first meeting, and we established our research plan. And during the Juliana led the first meeting and established the research plan. And during the first meeting, Juliana led our group to design the survey and construct the individual research questions. And during the second meeting, which is the meeting that I led, we analyzed our results from the survey and drew conclusions from our research. So, for the questions that we used for our research, we based it on 6 different topics. So, for the first topic, we we focused on increased workloads and staff shortages in our respective fields and how they have affected the people that are working in the fields. For the second topic, we chose work-related stress and how how the field that these people are working in, like the stress levels and how the stress affects them and their life. For the third topic, we went with the effects on employees, and that pretty much is just how it ties in with the stress, but it's just like how it makes the employees feel, like how it physically, mentally, socially, even how that affects them. And for those first 3 topics, that was more about the problems that they face in the field. And for these last 3 in the black on the bottom, those focus more on the solutions to those problems. So for the first one, we did distribution of work and staffing, which is a solution that is saying pretty much how having more people employed could help reduce the stress and workloads. Stress management, which obviously is a way to help reduce the stress and make people less stressed out about work. And then workplace resources, which means how the resources that are provided by the company or by the school that they are working for that helps the employees out with their stress and anything else they need. And now I'm going to pass the presentation over to my partner, Juliana.
Thank you, Alex. Moving on, we are going to talk about the results of our primary research by taking a look at our survey results. Our survey results showed that the COVID-19 pandemic has resulted in a shortage of staff in the work environment. Most of our participants agreed that this statement was true. They also agreed that staff shortages in the workplace have caused larger workloads for employees. Focusing on workloads, increased workloads cause employees to experience high levels of work-related stress. Almost all of our participants agreed with this statement, and they also agreed with increased workloads result in employees working longer hours for more days. What we're finding is workers in the field are experiencing a lot of stress at work because of working more, having more workloads because of short staff. And this can cause occupational burnout. 100% of our participants on the survey agreed that elevated stresses from work results in employee exhaustion known as burnout, meaning 100% of the people in both the education and medical field that answered our survey are experiencing burnout or have experienced burnout because of staff shortages resulting from COVID-19 that increase stress at work. We provided 2 control questions that were similar, worded differently at different points in the survey, and got pretty consistent results. Reducing stress levels could help reduce occupational burnout, a result that we'll look at here in a minute, but people agreed that burnout at work can be avoided. So burnout in the field has a major impact on its employees, including outside of work. Most of our participants agreed that burnout at work does have an impact on their life, and that burnout in the field has a direct impact on employees' mental and physical health. Elevated work-related stress results in occupational burnout. Burnout at work may be avoided, and burnout has a negative impact on staff members outside of work and has a direct effect on employees' physical health. Those are all results that we found while conducting our survey questions. We included questions regarding possible solutions, including stress reduction. Reducing employee stress levels will aid in decreasing exhaustion in the workplace, which would therefore decrease burnout in the field. And again, most of our participants agreed with if they had less stress, they wouldn't feel burnt out. We asked if employer-provided resources to address mental and physical stress could help reduce employee burnout and provide guidance for managing stress levels at work. Again, a majority of participants either slightly or strongly agreed with that statement. I don't know how we would go as far as implementing these solutions, but it appears that if we were to figure that out, that it would reduce burnout overall. Onboarding more staff members would distribute workloads more evenly and reduce work-related stress among employees. Again, most of our participants agreed with that, leading to employees implementing a more effective distribution of work hours among employees and workloads throughout the staff will reduce stress-related burnout in the workplace. We had a very successful agreement rate with that as well. In all, our conclusions drawn were reducing employee stress levels could help reduce occupational burnout. Employee stress at work could be reduced if employers implemented resources to better address the physical and mental effects of work-related stress and help staff manage their stress levels while at work. Onboarding more staff members could help employees avoid burnout by distributing workloads more evenly, reducing stress being experienced by employees. And lastly, employers could reduce stress-related burnout in the workplace by implementing effective schedules and distributing workloads more evenly among its employees. Are there any questions? Thank you so much for joining us. And hopefully we can move towards reducing burnout in both the field of education and radiography. Have a great night.